Well, new video shows crews removing a statue of Abraham Lincoln. It has been in Boston's Park Square since 1879.
The Emancipation Group statue shows Lincoln holding a copy of the Emancipation Proclamation, but kneeling at his feet is a former slave.
Welcome to the Eliot Hine Network. I'm your host, Luther Beckett. This is the Lincoln statue in Lincoln Park, Washington, D.C. Today I'm going to be interviewing some people around here and asking them what they think of it, what they think should be done with it, and what it should be replaced with if they would like it to be moved. There have been a lot of protests and controversies about this lately, and I would like to have insight on people's opinions. So what do you think of Abraham Lincoln?
I think Abraham Lincoln was probably our greatest president. I don't think that there were too many people at the time, and I don't think that there have been any presidents since that could have presided over the Civil War as effectively as he did. I think that he's somewhat of a more complicated person than he's portrayed. His views weren't always quite as progressive and didn't necessarily fit into the way people think about politics and those issues today. But I think that he was really brilliant, and his views, he was always subject to changing them if he saw better evidence, and I think that that's pretty admirable.
We were just talking about how problematic it is, and it just reminds you, I don't know when the statue was built, but it just reminds you of the history of racism in this country, and especially like the racism embedded in our history as far as like how history is written, that it looks like this black slave is like at his feet, and it's pretty disturbing.
What do you think of Abraham Lincoln?
Abraham Lincoln to me was like an activist. He basically to me was a person that was not divided or undivided. He dealt with all people.
What comes to mind when you look at this statue?
Racism. Like the man kneeling at his feet.
Could you explain your opinion on this statue?
Racism. He's kneeling at his feet and he's like, just, I don't like it.
Hello, my name is Billy Mason from the Eliot Hine Network, and next we have a clip that shows...
How does emancipation affect me as a daughter of a kidnapped person from the Ba'aka tribe in the Congo? It affects me because that means that my ancestor, Jesse, his name wasn't originally Jesse, but that's the name they gave him, remembered being kidnapped and brought to the United States of America. And fortunately for him and later his wife, they were not enslaved for a long period of time because emancipation happened. And because
Emancipation specifically affects me because as a Black person in America, there are many opportunities I don't get simply because of my skin tone. I am often stereotyped for no reason.
When I grew up, there was an issue of flag burning. I spent 21 years in the military. My view was, I don't think it's appropriate. I think it's abhorrent. But at the end of the day, the beauty of the First Amendment is it gives people the ability to express themselves. I don't have to agree with it. I can equally express my displeasure. But the beauty of the Constitution, the beauty of our country, is that you can do it.
Now it is up to Congress to confront this egregious assault on our democracy. And after this, we're going to walk down, and I'll be there with you. We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women.
Today, we must declare that this violence and intolerance has no place among our United Nations. I know that not all countries in this body share this particular understanding of the protection of free speech. We recognize that. But in 2012, at a time when anyone with a cell phone can spread offensive views around the world with a click of a button, the notion that we can control the flow of information is obsolete.
A lot has